Welcome back. We've covered the two types of workflows, deadline-bound and ongoing process, and the three phases of workflow development: plan, build, and deploy. In the rest of this series, we'll go through each phase so you can use this approach to design your own workflows in Asana. To do that, we've invited along our friend Alan from the Mythical Games Federation, an organization dedicated to bringing humans and mythical creatures together through the power of sports. This year, the MGF has a goal to double attendance at their events. We'll coach Alan through using Asana to plan, build, and deploy his team's event operations workflows in Asana. Tell us a little bit about your team, Alan.
My team is responsible for approving event requests from all the MGF leagues, from special exhibition games to fan meet and greets. We get a lot of requests, and we review each one to make sure it's aligned with our mission and that we have the staff to support it. The process is pretty chaotic today. I'll be glad to have some help.
No problem, Alan. Let's kick off the planning phase by clarifying key information about your workflow. Asking the right questions up front will help you make better workflow design decisions in Asana. First, identify your workflow's output, the ultimate deliverable or outcome.
For the event request process, our outputs are the approved requests. That's what we hand off to event planners. As for the event planning workflow, the event itself is the output.
Great. Next, are you building a deadline-bound or an ongoing process workflow? Your outputs can give you a clue.
Well, I'm not a workflow expert yet, but I think we've got two different types of workflows on our hands. Event requests are like a conveyor belt. They keep coming and we keep reviewing them. It's an ongoing process workflow that never really stops. Event planning, though, has a clear finish line at the event date. That's our deadline-bound workflow.
You're getting the hang of this, Alan. Next, outline each step of your workflow and identify who's involved at each stage. Let's focus on your ongoing event request workflow.
An MGF team rep submits a request. I receive it and pass it to the appropriate league manager. They review each request to ensure it aligns with our mission and meets requirements. If approved, it goes to central staffing to check resource availability. Once staffing gives the green light, we notify the team reps to kick off their event planning. The event planning workflow has its own set of tasks leading up to the big day, like confirming the space and booking caterers.
Great. Now, what information do you need to report on for this workflow?
I need to report the number of requests from each league, total number of events approved and rejected, and eventually the estimated and actual cost of the events themselves.
Great. Finally, what other tools are involved in this workflow?
Currently, my team juggles emails for requests, spreadsheets for tracking, and a messaging tool for approvals. It works, but it's kind of a digital circus, like trying to watch a team of unicorns screw in a light bulb. I'll be glad to have some help.
Thanks, Alan. Hopefully we can make things a little smoother for you. To recap, we reviewed some key questions to ask when building workflows. Take a moment to consider, what key details do you need to clarify for your own workflow? Up next, you'll learn how to create a process map of your workflow using the information you've gathered.